4 years ago, we introduced you to a little boy named Ollie who was fighting an aggressive and deadly cancer. His future was uncertain, but tonight we have a special update.
Happy anniversary.
You know, and he's gone through more things than most people do in their lifetime in his 3 years on Earth.
Wave, Ollie. Wave.
He is and still is the most amazing kid.
Are you cutting Daddy's hair, Ollie?
You blame yourself and you wonder what you could have done differently.
There's no prevention for childhood cancer.
There's no prevention. It's just purely bad luck.
We already had a huge loss. We lost Dad. We can't lose our little boy. Yeah.
There's a whole heap of unknowns at that point in our life. Your family's shattered into 1,000 pieces, you know, and then you just got to try put it back piece by piece, and it's just so hard to do that.
In September 2020, Ollie was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a fast-spreading cancer that attacks immature nerve cells. Only around 50 children are diagnosed with it in Australia each year.
We knew that the cancer he had was aggressive. The chance of it coming back was extremely high.
At the time, Ollie's mum had just given birth to Thalia, and his older sister Alessia was about to start prep. Ollie lived in hospital full-time and underwent countless cycles of chemotherapy and numerous surgeries.
Are you having a good day, darling? No. A bit sore. Yeah.
The family needed to raise around $400,000 so he could take part in a potentially life-saving trial in the US.
We're a bit nervous to go out there and ask for help, as a lot of people do. But we took the leap and we did it, and the story went out, and as you know, it went viral across the world.
Can you say hi to everyone?
You will do anything for your kids, won't you?
You will.
Often limited by money, and the more we can bring these treatments to Australia so these families aren't having to go overseas to do this, especially in the climate we're in at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
We had people messaging us from America, from the UK, and different parts of Europe as well, were messaging us about the story, and we were so grateful for everything and everyone that helped us.
They hit their fundraising target, but for Ollie to be eligible for the trial, he needed clear scans.
He had to learn to walk again and eat again. He had to start learning how to speak properly again. He had to learn to hear. He had to build the strength in himself to do it. The bell meant that his treatment was over and he had clear scans. That for us was the end of the start, and then the next chapter began when we did the trial.
The medication Ollie was on during the trial was designed to starve the cells that create neuroblastoma.
The theory is if you can starve it off and keep it at bay longer, then the chance of survival increases. It was 16 tablets a day over 2 years, which we had to put down his nasal tube. He had to go through nuclear scans every 3 months to check that the cancer was at bay.
Ollie consumed 11,680 pills over 2 years, and then finally, he had his last one.
There we go. Yay!
I guess that 2 years, although it was extremely hard, I felt that it was the best thing we could do for him to get him through. And what's happened now is a lot of families have advocated to get that treatment funded by the government so they don't have to fly over. And the government did sign off a trial program last year to bring it into all families that need it.
Ollie, now 7, is treatment-free and in remission. He doesn't need drugs, medicine or pills.
He's inspired our lives to fight and to push on and just look at things in context.
And moments like these are miracles years in the making.
Orlando.
Here.
Charlotte.
Here.
Ollie.
Here.
The biggest milestone for us was him getting to school. And I know it sounds not a big deal, but for us it was the biggest thing for us.
I remember the conversation that we would ask any parent, which is, you know, what do you see for your child in the future? And I just remember that moment of them saying, we just want him to be here. It's been a really long journey for them, and everyone wants Ollie to be healthy and well. Everyone wants this family to win.
I think I'm going to hide this so you can't see. Can I make it a test thing?
In my opinion, he's one of the most resilient and tough 7-year-olds in Australia, without a doubt. This was an activity from the other day. He wrote a speech bubble on the side. It says he's feeling thankful and I love you. And I asked him, Ollie, who are you saying I love you to? And he said, to everyone.
Him being at school has been fantastic. His ability to talk to anyone, to love everyone, it's been really special.
But the consequences of surviving neuroblastoma are intense and lifelong.
They just throw the most toxic and the most harshest treatments to fight the cancer. And once the cancer has been fought and dealt with, then they worry about the side effects going forward. But I think that needs to change.
Ollie is partly deaf, infertile, incontinent, and suffers from growth issues. The trauma of having a child with cancer has also heavily affected Lenny and Joel.
We made the hard choice to go and put ourselves out there to fundraise. We have that survivor's guilt in a sense where a lot of families weren't able to do that, and at that point they've lost their children to neuroblastoma. That's a hard space to live in, it's a hard place to navigate. What the future looks like for him or for the family, we don't know, but we obviously want to make it the best we can for us.
So much has changed for the Plukins, but one thing, which was at first in doubt, remains the same. Their little boy is still here.
If we had to do it all over again, we would do it again. We would fight for everything for him, and as you would for your own child.
Goodness.
There's a lot.
The magic.
Yeah.
Ollie is here.
Yeah.
And the project viewers help make that happen too.
As they so often do.
Beautiful.
I mean, you guys at home are incredible in situations like that. And those parents are incredible. I can totally understand what he's saying with the survivor's guilt. I get it.
Yes.
But who knows what this will lead to? I mean, if you're now talking about government looking at making this sort of treatment available more widely, the number of lives you could save.
And when you've got nothing to lose,
of course,
you will commit your child to a trial, and someone has to do the trials.
Yeah, that's exactly right. How powerful was that moment at school?
I know.
They're doing the role, Ollie, and he says, here.
I know. I know. Because, you know, when you've got a child that's sick like that, all you want is ordinary. Ordinary is the most magnificent thing in the world when you don't have it.
Yeah.
And luckily, you're all very ordinary people.
I heard we're magnificent. Ollie's loved ones aren't fundraising for his treatment anymore, of course, but they are doing what they can to raise awareness of Neuroblastoma Australia. Details of that can be found on our website.